Yeah, it's been quite a journey, and I mean, I think we sort of talked about that pedestrian journey from sort of, a curated model where we went back to our pedestrian DVDs, which was the first product that we kind of ever released in the market, all the way to kind of, the website and what the kind of brand, sort of essentially looks like now for its audience. And, the business is significantly different now from when we were there, kind of, working out of our bedrooms, just the two of us, trying to pull this thing together, and kind of calling on favors from friends and the like. And, now there's 100 people in the company and the business is valued at $100 million. It's, this whole kind of, amazing kind of, journey that's, been amazing to be part of. Today on stage, we kind of ran through a bit of a kind of, a very brief version of a sort of headline training course. And I think, really being able to kind of nail strong headlines across kind of social, and especially now with, brands, kind of having more sort of pressure on them than ever to become content creators themselves. It's a skill that I think is really, really important for marketers to learn, and not something that, is typically taught in marketing courses. So, we kind of looked at divergent thinking and how you can kind of, come up with multiple sort of solutions and angles, on one piece of content or one piece of information. I think kind of people challenging themselves, to do that with their brands and trying to come up with sort of, 25 different sort of, headlines to kind of, sum up what it is that they're doing or around a new product launch is a really, important and would be a really effective, kind of exercise for people who are, marketers across social media or working with brands and, looking to kind of, sort of define what it is that they do to their audience. I think, kind of what we're sort of seeing is that, media is really being driven now by, kind of algorithms more than ever before, kind of at the same time, you're also starting to see kind of everyone trying to, get a better understanding of how to create, really compelling digital products. And so, that's using, kind of potentially memes and storytelling or kind of, data or video and, kind of looking at all of the different outcomes that you can have using those products to be able to tell stories essentially, which is what, media's been doing, since it started. Well, I mean, I think from a global scale and, looking at kind of, what would be keeping up their social media channels, in their HQs at night, I think it's definitely about how do social media channels regain the kind of love and trust from the audience that has really, I think taken a backward step over the last couple of years, kind of whether it's kind of Cambridge Analytica or kind of Russian bots, kind of, with fake news or it's, kind of awful things that have been streamed across the platforms and, kind of there's a lot, kind of we're sort of really seeing the dark side of social media and, there's a big focus on that. And I think, how social media channels can help to, kind of keep doing good in the world, and then find ways to kind of minimize, the damage that they can cause. And also I think take responsibility for, kind of their role in those, kind of incidents. And, there was a quite a long period where, kind of a lot of those platforms, said that they were just platforms, kind of what people are sharing and what they're doing on those platforms is kind of up to them. But, I think now there's a big shift to kind of, them having to take responsibility for that and, kind of work with regulators and governments to try to find a kind of happy medium.